In this video I want to tell you how I managed to buy a house for my family after 25 years staying in rent, after I won a Got Talent show using just a Rubik's Cube. Let me show you here. Here, using just a Rubik's Cube. So, sorry for my English, it's not my native language, so I'll try to express myself as good as possible, as good as I can. Everything started before I was born. I'm 29 years old now. So my parents moved to the capital city of Romania, Bucharest, in 1993, 1 year before I was born. They are from a rural area. They don't have higher education, so they always worked in low-paying jobs and really hard jobs. So they decided that for me they want a brighter future. So they moved to the capital city so I can go to a good school, to learn and to get a good job when I will grow up. So that's what I did. Everything, they always gave me everything, even if they had no money. My father always took me to play soccer, football with my friends, because that didn't cost any money. My mother always prepared me food and everything. She didn't let me do anything in the house. She just told me to learn and to get good grades, so I will have a good job when I will grow up. And that's what I did, because in the first 8 grades I managed to be the first in the school, in the entire school, in my elementary school. So I managed to get into one of the best high schools in Bucharest. After I got into that high school, there I met really smart kids, really smart people, and one of my classmates had a Rubik's Cube. He brought this Rubik's Cube in a vacation in Croatia, with the school. I didn't want to go to that excursion, or how we say it, vacation, with my class. But in the end I went, and I'm glad I went, because I saw that my classmate could solve the Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes, no matter how much I scrambled the cube. So I was fascinated. I couldn't believe my eyes, because I always thought that this Rubik's Cube is impossible to solve. I think many of you may think as well right now. But he showed me that it's not impossible. I even took the cube and scrambled it without him seeing it for like 30 minutes, thinking that if I scramble it hard enough, he will not be able to find the solution back. But that didn't happen, and he managed to solve the Rubik's Cube. So he showed me how he learned. He learned this from a website, speedcubing.ro, and he showed me that there is a method. I couldn't believe it. So after I got home, I bought a Rubik's Cube, a professional Rubik's Cube, and I learned how to solve the Rubik's Cube. And of course I tried to surpass his times, to challenge him. And in a few months I already surpassed him. I was able to solve the Rubik's Cube under 40 seconds. And in just 2 years I managed to become the national champion of the Romania at solving the Rubik's Cube. That was in 2011. So yeah, I forgot to mention that in the Bucharest we stayed in rent. My father and mother managed to find a room in rent for us to stay, but the conditions were really bad. So we stayed from like when I was 1 year old to 5 years old. We stayed in a house where we didn't have water running in the house. We didn't have heat. We have just a stove with wood, and and also the windows were really bad. In the winter, the cold got through the windows. Everything was really bad. And when I got to 5 years old, the owner of that room, it was like just a room. We didn't have anything like that, anything else. The owner of the house sold everything, and we moved across the street in the same conditions. We just had 2 rooms and one kind of kitchen, because in the winter it was as cold as outside in that kitchen. We couldn't heat it up because the walls were really bad, and air got through the walls. So yeah, we didn't have much in that house. Usually the water got through the roof when there was raining outside. And yeah, I'll leave you here some pictures from the second house where we stayed in. The rent was really low. It was like 70 euros on that time. So yeah, really low rent, but that's what we could afford at that time. So we stayed in that rent until I got to 25 years old. That was like 4 years ago, until 2020. So let's get back to when I managed to become the national champion. That was in 2011. And in 2012, the famous Romanian Got Talent show, they contacted our community for us to participate in their show. And the leader of our community chose me to participate because I was the national champion at that time in 2012. So I participated without any expectations. I didn't expect to win or something, but I managed to get to third place with just a Rubik's Cube. So I was impressed. Even the leader of our community, he couldn't believe it. So 3 years later, we got the same proposal from the Romania's Got Talent to participate again. And we could participate even in different formations. So the leader of our community, he decided, Radu Făciu, he decided to choose me and two more boys, to make a three boys team. So we participated and we managed to win the entire show. But without Radu, we wouldn't be able to win it because he borrowed us like 200 Rubik's Cubes because the show didn't borrow us anything. They said everything you have to show you have to have it yourself. We don't borrow you anything. So Radu bought 200 Rubik's Cubes and gave them to us. Radu made the show in the final. He wrote the script, he chose the songs, he made everything to look as good as possible, because in the pre-selection and semi-finals I was the one who was making the shows. So yeah, we won the entire show in 2015, and here, let me show you, I have the check, I don't know how you say it, you see? Let me show you. Look at this. So big, look. Speed cubing, you see? Speed cubing, Romania's Got Talent, let me show you. 2015, you see? And we won the entire show, 120,000 euros. After taxes, it was 100,000 euros. So we split the money in four. My side was 25,000 euros. And from 2015 until 2020, I managed to get some more money, and I managed to buy in 2020 a house with 35,000 euros. Here is the house, a really big house that has, I don't know how you say, but those windows that you can open like this or like this, you know, the best windows out there. The windows that don't get air through them. I managed to have now water in house. I have a boiler which makes hot water. In the old house, I was washing myself in a, you know, I don't know how you say it, in a bowl, big bowl. And we didn't have hot water. We had to heat it up on the stove, on the gas. I don't know how you say it, where you prepare the food with gas bottle. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, now I have all the conditions that I want. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. But the house is like 50 kilometers away from the capital because the prices are lower. Here it's in a rural area. And in 2021 I got engaged with my beautiful wife. And in 2022 I got my first, we got our first kid, a boy. Now he is 2 years old, and we are expecting another kid. My wife is pregnant in 7 months, so in 2 months we'll have another kid. I think it will be a boy. We didn't want to let the doctor tell us. We want it to be a surprise, so we don't know if it's a boy or it's a girl. So yeah, that's how I managed to buy a house for me and my family using just this Rubik's Cube. If you want to support me, I manage an online shop in Romania, but you being from all over the world, I have a cooperation with thecubicle.com. So if you buy anything from thecubicle.com, use code puzzle for 5% discount, and that 5% will go to me and also to you. So I will get a commission from every buying that you do there. That is the long story short of my life. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for everyone who is supporting me by watching my videos, liking, comment, subscribing, sharing, and buying cubes from thecubicle.com. Have a nice day, my friends.